All right. So it says that we are live. We are live here. So excited for tonight. I'm so excited. We have two amazing, wonderful ladies here, and we are here for the Brown Mamas Storytellers conversation. Yes, we're just going to talk. We're going to laugh, maybe do a little kiki. But most importantly, we're going to tell you all about the Brown Mama Monologue show that is upcoming. It's the 7th annual showcase, y'all. And this is an amazing show. If you've never been, I'm going to encourage you to get your tickets for Saturday, May 6th, again, for the Brown Mama Monologue show. You're going to meet two of the storytellers tonight, y'all. So just go ahead and get your ticket because I already know you're going to love what you see and what you hear. And it's going to be held in downtown Pittsburgh at the Trust Arts Education Center. So again, there are tickets still available. You can even get VIP.
Yes.
You can even get VIP. And if you're like me, I know you want VIP. So just go ahead and get your tickets. You can go to brownmamas.com. You can also, I'm sure you can get a ticket or get information for your tickets from the Brown Mamas Facebook group or the website. So we're going to hop right into this Brown Mamas conversation. So hello. Hi, ladies. Yes, I am so excited to talk to you, especially because you are two of the featured storytellers for this year. This is an amazing show. Again, this is 7 years in. So I'm going to ask you questions. You just, let me know what you think, what you feel, and we're going to go ahead. Do you have your water, some tea?
I have some ginger ale.
Got wine? Is
okay. Hold on this. I know.
Right.
No, seriously. So listen, I'm really excited to talk to you. So first, I want to start. Anyone can start. I want to ask you just to introduce yourself. First, again, I'm Cordelia, but I'm talking about introduce yourself. I'm Cordelia Spence. I'm a former Brown Mama monologue storyteller.
Awesome.
So that's also why I know the show is going to be amazing. So I'm going to ask you ladies to introduce yourself. Just tell us your name. Tell me where you're from, a little bit about your background, and we can start there. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
There we go.
My name is Natasha. I am from, if you ask people, I'm from East Liberty, but I currently reside on the Lincoln side of the neighborhood. And I'm sorry, the second question. I'm so weird.
No, it's all good. Listen, your name, where you're from, and let's do one fun thing about you.
One fun thing about me is I like to do silly voices. So little accents here and there. You'll hear it in my story, darling.
Awesome. See, I was going to put you on the spot, but you already did it. So there we go. All right. Awesome. So again, hey, Natasha, and welcome to the conversation. All right.
Hi, guys. I am LaShesia Holliday. What were the two questions? Something funny and where I'm from, right?
Yeah.
So I am from originally the east side of town. If you're a Pittsburgher, I'm from Stanton Heights. I currently reside in Penn Hills. And I think you had also asked a little bit about us. I'm a single mom, 3 children, and I run a small business called Natural Beauty Supply. And I too like voices, and I kind of like mock people sometimes. Accidentally, like if I like the voice or something. So that's something I do.
That's cool. So now, I know that again, you both are storytellers in the Brown Mama Monologue show. Mm-hmm. So I would like for each of you to tell me or tell everyone just an overview about your story, what they're going to hear and see. Don't give them all the juicy details now, because we want them to be blown away at the show. But just give us like an overview of like, what is your monologue about? What can we expect to see on the stage when you embrace the stage? So, Natasha.
So my story is about, I would say, how people feel in the world of corporate. I dealt with some things, and we'll talk about it in my story. You will laugh a little bit, and you're going to probably like, girl, that was me too. It's a story that will resonate with a lot of hearts. It will put you in the mind frame of when the quiet quit happened for a lot of our brown mamas, but at the end of it all, you will see and hear me triumph through that fun anguish that I experienced for 9 years. So more to come. Please show up so you can hear it.
Yes. Oh, that's one. Listen, the fact that you said the fun anguish, like those are two words that don't even go together.
Not
Fun
at all.
anguish.
It was such a fun time for me. So no.
Wow, right. So you really have me already on edge. Just I would love to hear, okay, of course, at the show on May 6th,
Yes.
what does the fun anguish even look like? What does it feel like? And then being a Black woman in corporate America, like I'm sure there are many moms that can relate with you. So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
LaShesia, your turn.
Yes, LaShesia.
LaShesia. Yes, please correct me, please.
So my story, it's a mix of a few things. My story is called The Beautiful Mess, and it is talking about being an entrepreneur along with a single mother of 3 children, as well as dealing with burnout during a time where my children and my business needed me, and all the while dealing with grief as well, with losing the matriarch of our family, my grandmother.
Wow. I'm sure that there's a lot of women that can relate to your story as well, especially the part like being ambitious. You both are ambitious, but the part about your business, managing that with motherhood, burnout, and then the unexpected life circumstances. I already know that's going to be a powerful story.
Yes.
So listen, I hope y'all are ready.
Yes.
Hope y'all are ready to experience this at the show. Now, being that you've just shared your the overview of your story, is this something I would just say, is this a story that you kind of have been waiting to share? Like you always knew you're going to you're going to share the story in some way, shape, or form?
Natasha, you want to go first or you want me to go?
You can go first this time.
So I crossed my legs to this one. No, heck no. I wasn't never going to tell nobody about what was going on, because it's my current story, right? And if I can be completely honest, I was going to be a part of the show in 2020, and the pandemic happened. So I had a completely different story. I was going to tell that story, and Muffy told me once I auditioned, once I submitted the application, she was like, sis, this isn't your story anymore. I just talked to you. You know what your story is. And I was like, you're right. I just started crying, and I was like, okay, I have to tell my now. Like, I have to be vulnerable and open up and talk to people about what's going on now, because this is a story that they need. It's not the story that happened a couple years ago. It's what's happening right now.
Right. And see that part you're talking about, the vulnerability. That's why I asked this question, because, we all have different stories. But again, it's like, oh, I've always wanted to share this. There's those stories, the nice ones, they wrapped up in a bow. But then there's the other ones where we might not be, vulnerable at the moment to share. We may not see how we can share it. So I love that you were open to not only being vulnerable, but open to, I would say, adjusting, because you didn't change your story. You just adjusted it and updated it.
Yeah.
So that you can share it in the now. And that's going to make it, again, even more powerful and more of a way to connect with other moms. So thank you for making the choice.
You're welcome.
And Natasha, yes, Natasha, what about you?
So mine, for me, I feel like that was the story, even though, fun fact, I tried to audition for the second version of Brown Mama Monologues. And when I tried that and told that story, I still had the very raw pain that came with that story. So politely, Muffy was like, tap, tap, no, sis, not right now. So when I was able to audition for this one and make it in, this story feels more like me. And it deals with a lot of the things that, I had to come to terms with in my own growth journey. So I'm a lot more comfortable sharing this story than the previous story, which is okay with me, because that story is tired. This one is relevant. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to share that with everybody, and hopefully somebody can walk away feeling empowered in their own spaces.
Yeah. So you're telling your story now from an empowered place.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I love that. And that's really important for all moms, because there's all different stories. We all have our own experiences. But when you're telling it from an empowered place versus a place when you're still in pain, I
Yeah.
really, like, you can feel the difference, right?
Yes. I was so like lighter when I did the audition. The first time it was like a heavy rock was still in my stomach, but I'm still trying to like, I can do it. No, honey. And it just really felt right. Like the timing felt right. The more mature version of me is here now. So I'm glad to share that with people versus before. So I'm in a good place. And I thank this whole process for me getting to that space. So
Yes, awesome. And speaking of the process of getting to this space, because you both have, like, your answer was just similar. You both adjusted, elevated, modified, your story that you're going to share. So, being that this was a story that maybe you didn't think you were going to share, or maybe you were going to, but you didn't have the platform, what was it that made you interested, that made you say, you know what, I'm going to this audition?
So for me, the first time around, I had heard of the monologues. I hadn't been able to attend. I think I watched like a show or something on YouTube. And one of my good friends had suggested it to me. I was writing in Sings from a Single Mom, Tiffany Huff's book project. And I went for both of them at the same time. And that honestly was a bit overwhelming to try to do both and to tell my story in two different ways, in both writing and in speaking. But I was so drawn to the experience and things that I had learned about from the other mothers and how freeing it was. I had watched Andrea. She's one of my good customers, and she just is, you can see the difference in her lightness after she told her story. And I just thought it was a beautiful thing to be able to share. Again, I didn't think this would be the story that I was sharing, but just sharing Black motherhood in general in all facets. So I appreciate Muffy for the platform.
yeah, I have to almost want to just bite that whole sound bite and just take it and put it in my mouth and say it, because that's exactly how I felt. I actually got to attend last year's in person when they had it at, oh my goodness, my brain, downtown, Black owned.
Emerald City.
Yes, thank you. Emerald City. It was a beautiful space. The vibe was perfect. Each storyteller got up there and just basically mesmerized me. I felt like I could be transported at any given moment in their shoes and understand exactly what they were going through. And I was like, I think I want to do that too. Like, I feel like I have something to contribute, and I just want to share my light, my story with others. And lo and behold, here I am. Like, it's something freeing when I watched them all come off the stage and their faces were just like, I did it. I can't wait for that for me.
Yes, and I love that. And what's really, what really stood out from what you both said was that you were inspired by another Brown Mama monologue storyteller. So, like, that just shows in itself how much inspiration, influence, and power is in our stories.
Yes.
And with Muffy giving us this platform and this stage and this opportunity, it's just a wonderful thing. So it just shows even more, again, the impact that you can have just from you stepping into your story and standing on your experience and then sharing it on a stage. So that's really amazing. Yeah, so the link that was there was for you to where you can get your tickets. The tickets are selling fast, and like it says here, I know the stores are going to move you to tears and laughter. So, you can have your tissue on one side, you can have tissue for crying on the other side. And dab up your tears so you can laugh and cry from the stories. So yes, that is amazing. And that speaks to the work that Brown Mamas is doing all over, the country. So with that being said, now I want to ask for each of you, because again, you talked about how you got here, how you came upon the story that you're actually going to share, what got you interested in Brown Mama Monologues. And so we know it's a process, right? It's a process, whether you're writing your story, whether you're talking about it with your girlfriends, but this is a whole different ball game, whole different everything when you're about to share it within this space of Brown Mama Monologues. So I want to ask, what did you learn about yourself while you were writing your story and preparing to share it? So I'm going to start with Natasha. What did you learn about yourself?
I learned that I am pretty dope. But I also learned that because of the sisterhood that we share with each other, these 5 ladies mean the world to me. I'm going to just say it because I've said it before. Just said it Saturday. We cried about it. But it's the truth. They are my strength, and they gave me the safe space I needed to feel that sentence that I am dope. I spent a lot of time in my life fighting that feeling, trying to smush it down, make myself small, if you will. And I was told to stop doing that. And they are the pillars that hold me up and keep me accountable and keep me motivated to just keep bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'm super appreciative for this entire experience. It's not just about the storytelling for me. It's about what's going to happen once we walk off that stage 5 years from now, 15 years from now. We will always be able to share this moment with each other.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Ooh, okay.
I just want to pause for a moment and just give Natasha her flowers, because I do how much she's grown through this process, and it's just a beautiful sisterhood. Like the things that we have gone through together were transformational.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
I'm giving you your flowers too, Shishi, and everybody, because y'all deserve them.
Thank you.
Y'all, and these comments are coming in too.
Right.
So.
And what was the full question again? So I can get my full answer. Because I was so
Natasha threw us and got us all in our feelings.
Right. I almost started crying. I was like, yeah, all of that.
With her dopeness, okay? Yeah. So the question was, what did you learn about yourself while you were writing your story and preparing to share for Brown Mama Monologue Showcase?
I realized how I'm an outspoken person. You know, I'm a quirky, funny person. You know, lighthearted and all of that. However, this was a tall task for me, and the closer we get to it, you know, the more I was starting to feel that sense of imposter syndrome. So for me, it was, again, going back to the sisterhood and these ladies and just being honest and telling them how I'm feeling, and they just poured into me. And there's been so many people in my village who have been pouring into me. If I mention that, you know, I'm having some nervousness or what have you, I'm a recovering perfectionist. You know, perfectionism is not a real thing. However, I just want things to be perfect. So I did learn there's strength in numbers, and this sisterhood that we have. This is what's been really helping me stay okay. All right, I'm doing this.
You're doing it, and you're going to kill it.
Yeah. Yes. I can already tell. Listen, I can already tell. And what I love, you both, and I was taking some notes. Listen, I was taking some notes in our conversation, like we're in class, okay? Because y'all taking me to school. I hope everyone else I see in the comments, y'all, listen, they are really showing and speaking. First of all, just from your description alone, should tell everyone just how amazing their stories are going to be. This is an unscripted conversation that we're having, and I can literally feel the feelings. I can see the sisterhood. I like see y'all coming together, hugging, again, the tears, encouraging each other. And this is what it's about. So I love how, Natasha, you said, like, you're affirming yourself that you're dope. You know, LaShesia, you was affirming yourself that, listen, I may be pursuing perfectionism, but perfectionism is not real. I'm good enough with what I got right now.
Absolutely.
You know, you both talked about the sisterhood, which we know as Black women, as brown women, brown moms, is so important.
Yes.
It's so important. So again, being able to share your story, and you both talked about the safety. And I wanted to kind of pivot to that just a little bit to talk about the safety of Brown Mama Monologue Showcase and sharing your story. So can you just tell me, like, I would say that's when you tell me when you realized that it's safe for you to share your story.
Well, for me, Muffy at the beginning was like, we're going to sign these NDAs and nothing's going to leave this room. This not supposed to leave this room. So that, for one, as a business owner, made me feel safe. However, to be honest, because I still didn't know the other women, I still was a bit nervous. And I had a moment whenever it came, because my grandmother's, she'll have passed in 2 years, right at whenever we're doing the monologues. So I had a moment whenever we were going through the process of changing stories, and whenever it transitioned into talking more about my grandmother and what that was like, I had a breakdown for the ladies, and everybody just covered me. They covered me, and I felt so safe, and I felt okay with being able to be that raw and vulnerable with women who I was meeting literally from all over the US, because we have people who are not just from Pittsburgh. And even after our sessions and things together, we have our group chat, and we be in there conversing, trying to help each other find outfits and just pulling one another up.
Yes.
I love it. Love it.
That is exactly what I was going to speak to. The fact that we have that space with each other. I admitted to the ladies, and I actually admit this to a lot of people if they ask me, and maybe they don't, and I still say it anyway. I suffer from low self-esteem from time to time, like most women, because you just never know if you're good enough or if you're going to fit in. And so the very first day, I was super nervous for that. It was like, I don't know about everybody here. Will they like me? And then, as time got on, we got to know each other, and it's like I never not met them. They feel like people that are in my family. Got my Apple sister out there. She'll be coming on in a couple days to speak. And that's a little insider, but but it's just like, stuff like that, things like that. You can have an inside joke with a group of people, and no one's going to take offense. We can say things and be honest with each other, and that's important for me. I do not like for someone to tell me something just to say something to my face. Tell me something because you love me. Check me when I need check. Encourage me when I need the encouragement. And these women do that. They don't hold back. They are very genuine and honest. If we ask for prayers, they will send it. I mean, it's the love that I've been looking for and searching for. And I'm so thankful for Brown Mamas for providing that platform. Even without the monologues, the group itself does that. If you're in a Facebook group long enough, you find your tribe. And I feel like I found mine, and I'm so, so grateful for it.
Amazing. And I really agree. Like I shared earlier, I'm a former storyteller for the Brown Mama Monologues, and I was in the DMV area monologue show. And, I wanted to ask about that moment of safety, because that was my experience as well. Now I'm from New York. I don't know if y'all can tell it now, but I'm from New York.
Just a little.
And just a little bit. Okay. But when I first heard about the Brown Mama Monologues, I knew, I'm like, I want to be in that. I want to be a part of that. Because when I saw, I could tell that it was a safe space. And because I'm like, we all have a story. Now, initially, and I'm just going to share a little bit because it's going to lead for our next part of our conversation, right? So when I initially auditioned, it was right before the pandemic. And then our show was postponed until the following year. And in that time, because we stayed connected as a group, Muffy, who was the founder, she really made sure, like you said, besides the NDAs, just bringing us together, working through our story, being honest, being truthful, but also reassuring that, your story matters. Your story matters. And that's what I feel the Brown Mama Monologues get tongue-tied on that. The Brown Mama Monologues. I feel like that's what it gives. It gives that safety, that opportunity, and that reassurance that your story matters. You know, it doesn't matter if you have brown skin. It doesn't matter if your story might make you look like a statistic. When you overcome it to stand on this stage, it's a whole different experience. So that's why I wanted to ask y'all, what was your moment of safety? Because I feel like every storyteller has experienced their moment of safety, because you have to be vulnerable to tell your story. So I just wanted to, you know, we're here. And so listen, with that being said, listen, I know that you're excited because I'm excited. I know you're excited. So what are you looking forward to the most about the showcase?
Seeing everybody dressed up, hearing everybody perform, because we have some powerhouses. I promise y'all, the powerhouses are real. These ladies have been working their butts off, practicing. They got their speeches down. They're going to come to the stage and burn it down. I promise. It's going to be a hot show, but I'm really looking forward to watching my sisters do their thing. And, you know, me too. I'm not going to sit up here and count myself out, but I'm looking forward to watching them the most, like a proud big sis.
I think mine's is the same, just finishing going across the finish line together, getting there. And we've gone through this experience together and actually getting to the end of it. And I guess for me, finally being able to take that breath in, like I'm holding my breath until the show, and being able to take that deep breath, you know, we did it.
Yes.
It's done. It's out there.
Yes. So you're both looking forward to, pretty much, like you said, sharing the stage and to be able to take that breath. That is done. Now, do y'all have something planned to celebrate after?
Well, Muffy was making it like we just gonna be busy, so I really don't. We trying to figure that out.
Right, we're trying to sneak something in. We don't know yet. We got to see. Got to see if dates lined up, because, like she said, there are some people from out of town. So if we can get together like before the one rehearsal, because Saturday is going to be super busy, but I would love to be able to do something to just kind of culminate this experience together.
Yeah, same. I already been told my other tribe, my other village, like, hey, just be ready, just be on standby. We're all color coordinated. Just be on standby. I may want to go somewhere afterwards. I don't know how tired I'm going to be, but right, going outside.
Right. I might have to work that energy off somewhere. So yeah, we have to go outside somewhere and do something.
Yeah, plan on it. I'm telling you, because once you get your story out, once you've told your story from your perspective, once you've put it out into the atmosphere and the universe of the Brown Mamas, and you hear it's gonna come in contact with people that you know, right? People that you don't know. And then, you know, once it's recorded, it's gonna continue to live on and to live on and to live on. And that is, to me, that's like a huge, not necessarily an accomplishment, but it's a huge impact. It's a huge imprint that you're leaving. So celebrating yourselves is going to be, whether it's together, you know, like I said, whether you get you some wine, whatever, buy you a new outfit, but celebrating that, because again, like, this is something that everyone has a story, but everyone doesn't tell their story in the way that you tell your story. And like, that's the part that's like, okay, you know, your story is not my story, but I can relate to your story. You know what I'm saying? Right. And my story is not her story, but she can relate to my story.
Absolutely.
Yep. So I'm going to throw this one in here. Now, so if there's 3 words, I want you to each take 3 words to describe how you want your story to be received.
Okay. I want my story to be impactful, inspirational, and I don't want to say a cautionary tale, but just understanding entrepreneurship as a whole, especially as it pertains to being a Black woman entrepreneur, because a lot of times we are bootstrapping and funding our business.
So would you say like a blueprint?
Yes, there we go.
Blueprint. Nice. Natasha.
So I think for me, insightful, funny, because I have some jokes and I hope some people laugh.
Yep.
I hope that people laugh. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You got to find some of this fun. You have to laugh to keep from crying, right? And so I said insightful, funny, and resonating. I hope that you could resonate with the story, because I definitely resonated with other stories. So I just want you to be able to not totally see yourself in my situation, because you might be like, I would never. Why did you? But at least you understand parts, but mostly when them jokes come, please laugh. I worked hard on them, damn it.
Look, we're laughing now, so we definitely gonna laugh during the show. Yes, I love that. I love how you were both able to, again, not even dig deep, just say like, this is that confidence, say, these are the 3 words. This is how I want you to feel. This is how I want my story to connect. Again, this is all a part of just showcasing all of the awesome goodness that's going to be live, at the show on May 6th. So again, get your tickets if you haven't gotten your tickets already. And we're going to wrap this. We're going to get ready to wrap the conversation up a little bit. I don't really want to. I like talking to y'all.
Right. Same.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me drink. Let me see. Get another question in there. No. No, but this has really been a great conversation. So I just want to end it on this note. Again, similar to how I asked you about the 3 words for your story. Let's just have your just one statement, something that you want to say to encourage those that are out here watching, to encourage them when it comes to their story.
Tell your story. Don't be. One of my friends told me that you're scared of your own voice, and and after that I was like, okay, that's the fire under my butt that I need, because there was some validity to that and me being afraid to tell my story. So do it scared.
Yes, you stole my answer again, but but I agree with that. Do it afraid, because you never know. Being vulnerable can help another person. I don't want to ever be not authentic. I think that you should be your authentic self, whatever that looks like for you at the moment. But this is your chance to leave your mark on the world. Like Cordelia spoke to earlier, we get to have the opportunity to impact not only ourselves, but our community, the ether, the universe, because it'll live on in the world of YouTube. So some young person is going to come and click on your story, my story, Shishi's story, and get something from it. This is what the world needs.
Yes.
We need your voice. If you want to help combat the dark, bring your light.
Bring your light. Come on now. Come on now.
Okay, snaps. If you want to help combat the dark, bring your light.
Come on now.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a whole nother monologue.
Drops mic.
Just drop it, okay? I love that. Thank you, ladies, so much. I love that. I'm taking some gems from that alone, okay? Bring your light, and don't be scared of your own voice. Like, what? Y'all. So let me get to this. Let's look at the comments and see if anyone has any questions that you want to ask our storytellers. That'll be great. We have some people saying, hey. Say hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
I wish I could see the comments.
I can see some.
You can see some if you're on the
switch from private chat to comments.
Yeah, Facebook and YouTube. But, they're just going on what we're saying. Your time is your time. Yes.
Okay.
So there's definitely some encouraging words in here. They're saying thank you for your vulnerability. Yes, they're motivated, the sisterhood and strength, empowerment. Y'all listen.
Thank you.
This is just from this conversation. So again, I want you to imagine what you're gonna take. Yeah, Natasha, you are super dope, sis.
Thank you. Thank you.
And LaShesia, you're dope. You listen. That was your affirmation that you got from this experience, that you are dope, and I love that. And you ladies have shared some wonderful things. I'm really excited to see and hear your story. I want to see the color coordination. I want to see y'all outfits now. Like, you done got me. I'm like, what they gonna be wearing? Now I want to see.
It's given. It's given.
Listen, it's cooking. We're cooking in the kitchen. We're in the lab.
I want to see what it's together. Okay. So this has been a wonderful conversation. And again, for everyone that is watching, this is for the 7th annual showcase for the Brown Mama Monologues showcase. This is the safe space for women of color to share their stories of tragedy, triumph, and even some trauma. But again, remember, you're going to laugh. So get your 2 boxes of tissues, some water, and a glass of wine. And I want to see y'all there on May 6th in downtown Pittsburgh at the Trust Arts Education Center. Again, you will see at least these 2 of the 5 storytellers are here with us tonight. We have Natasha and we have LaShesia, and I'm really excited. I hope that y'all all are excited too. And with that being said, y'all,
I know that. Even though I can't see the name, I know that's my best friend. She calls me Bestie Boo. Hey, Mom.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bestie. Hey, Bestie Boo. Now, hey, Bestie Boo.
Right? That's what's up.
Love it. So someone has a question with how has the experience changed your outlook on life? That's a good question.
Oh, that is a good question.
From what you want me to go, Natasha?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I literally was just talking about this with my best friend, and I honestly, I feel lighter. I've been doing a lot of soul work. So doing this monologue and talking about this, therapy, life skills, like I've been doing the what do they call it, shadow work. So all of this and being able to speak it and still have emotions towards it and also not fully break down, I know that I am growing. That's growth. You know what I mean? So I've just grown in a lot of ways, and I've seen it. My friends have noticed. They're like, "You're like calmer." I'm like, "Yeah, you know."
Yes.
Everything, you don't have to like blow up on everything. It's just so that for me has been it's just been transformational.
No, I should have went first because you keep stealing my
answers.
In my head right now. See, that's that sisterhood. Now, if y'all wanted to know if sisterhood was real, this is what sisterhood is. You know, Bestie Boo, I know you know, because you know that's your best friend. But she really stole my answer. To be completely honest, that's how I also feel. I feel as though, you know, things are not the same. You know, the old Natasha would have definitely been closed off. She'd have had this, you know, on her face, and it had just felt very like I'm not approachable. But this is making me, this and the fact that I work in a new space has given me such confirmation over the last year and a half, from where I came from to where I am now to God knows where I'm going. But I know I'm going somewhere cool because I got here, and it's only up from here, in my opinion. So my life has been a blessing. It's helped with my motherhood relationships. It's helped with my even romantic relationship because it's given me way more confidence than I had previous. And he's just super proud of me. And I'm super proud of the fact that he's proud of me. So, you know, I'm excited. I'm sorry. This is just like, whoa, it just gets y'all pumped up in the inside. Like, that's how I feel now versus before. When I came in, I was just, hey, everybody, how you doing? Now I'm like, what's up? How y'all?
I love it. So, you know, and I would say the same thing too. I know that for me participating in the monologue show and sharing my story, it definitely changed my life outlook. For me, it was like closure. to a story that I had been holding on to, closure for a story that I was really ashamed at one point to share. And then I felt like I gotta be brave. I gotta find the words. I gotta talk about this, right? And it's like once I was able to do that, it was like closing that one chapter. So now I'm looking forward, and it's like now I know I can do hard things.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
even if this is something that I didn't think I could overcome, I know I could do hard things moving forward. Because if I could overcome that and tell it,
Right.
oh, I could do this.
Do this.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It's so empowering.
Mhm.
It is.
Absolutely. Well, I love it. Thank you, ladies, so much for the conversation for tonight. Again, I'm just going to close this out with saying, well, as Brown Mama said, come dressed in your Black excellence attire, however that looks. Okay. Just know the storytellers are going to be dressed in their Black excellence. So we want to make sure that you come and that you read the room and that you match their swag and that you're giving what they're giving. Right? So again, on May 6th at 7 p.m. at the Trust Arts Education Center in downtown Pittsburgh. Make sure you go to the website. It's right down here on the screen. Also in the comments, you also can go to brownmamas.com to get your tickets. And remember, there's VIP, right? Who doesn't want VIP?
You better want VIP. There's a swag bag and stuff and food. You should get the VIP.
What else says Black excellence besides coming to a Brown Mama Monologue showcase, seeing some beautiful, amazing, powerful women on stage, sharing some impactful, powerful stories, and then you got VIP on top of that. Come
Sounds
on
like
now.
a good night to me.
It's not a
Come on now.
Get a little nourishment unless you get a little food, VIP.
Get your nourishment from your food and the nourishment from the stories. It's
From
just,
the
you just get
Exactly.
it.
Nourish
You
your
just get it.
soul. Yes. I love it. Well, again, thank you, ladies, so much. This has been wonderful talking to you and hearing about your experience with Brown Mama Monologues. So looking forward to seeing your story on the 6th. And y'all, with that, good night.
Bye.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Bye, y'all. It's been amazing.
Thanks.
All right. So let's see if I can turn this off. Okay. That's another story for another day.